Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Ramadan Storytime with Sister Marsha. I am so glad that you could join me today. I hope that you've been having a wonderful day. I hope that your Ramadan is going very, very well. We are getting so far into this Ramadan, and oh no, it's almost over, but we're going to enjoy the rest of it for the days that we have left. And part of us enjoying that time is connecting with the Quran through these Ramadan story times and the stories that exist in the Quran and the principles and concepts and lessons that we learn from them. And tonight's story for the series is entitled The First Call to Hajj. And so we're going to learn a little bit about the Hajj tonight. I think a few, maybe even last week, but a few of these story time sessions ago, we talked about the building of the Kaaba and we talked about Abraham and Ishmael. And so now we're going to talk about that first call to Hajj to that Kaaba that they built. So without further ado, we are going to jump into our story. And this story comes from a series that we've been reading from for the past few days. It's called the My First Quran Storybook. The Best Treasured Stories from the Quran, and this is published by Good Word Books. The First Call to Hajj. Once the house of Allah was ready, Allah said to Ibrahim, "Clean the Kaaba, make it clean and pure. Then people can come and pray." Allah also said, "This is my house. Do not keep anything else here. Then people may pray to me in peace. They should walk around the Kaaba. They should pray standing. They should bow and prostrate themselves in prayer." And so we are learning the instructions of what we do during the Hajj. Allah ordered the Prophet Ibrahim, alayhi salam, and if you remember from our last sessions, we talked about the fact that that means upon him be peace. Call people to come to the Kaaba. Call people to Hajj. Call them to pray together in the house of Allah. People in all corners of Arabia heard the call to Hajj. They came to Mecca. Some came on foot. Some came riding swift camels. Some came alone and some came with family and friends. Some came from far, far away. They had to cross deep valleys and high mountains in hot deserts. They were so tired that they could not stand, but they all hurried to Mecca. They all wanted to pray in the Kaaba. They all came on Hajj. And we talked a little bit before about Hajj, and we talked about how that's a pilgrimage or a journey, right? So it's an act of going to this place where the Kaaba is, and that place being the city of Mecca. Why were people called to Hajj? They were called to come to the Kaaba. They were called to come to the house of Allah. They were called to pray to Allah who made the world. They were called to bow to Allah who was their Lord. The house of Allah is full of blessings. It is full of guidance. This is why Allah ordered that all men and women must go on Hajj at least once in their life. So our goal as Muslims is to take this journey at least once in our lifetime. They must come and pray there. Allah also fixed the days for Hajj and ordered people to perform Hajj at that time and sacrifice a goat or other animal. This is to remember how the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ishmael obeyed him. Once a year, believers go on Hajj. They travel from all over the world. They come in planes, in boats, in cars, and buses. They all come to the Kaaba in Mecca. They stand together and pray, grown-ups and children, rich people and poor people, people from many countries. All of them pray together. They are all brothers and sisters in Islam. They are all servants of Allah, and Allah loves them all. And so that is our story for this evening. I thank you so much for joining me. I love that you give me the opportunity to read these stories to you. Tonight's story, again, is titled The First Call to Hajj. And as we know, it is the pilgrimage or the journey to Mecca to visit the house of Allah that Ishmael and his father Abraham built um, in reverence to Allah. And with that, I hope that you all get a chance in your lifetime to make the Hajj. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your Ramadan and it is going well, that you are spending valuable time learning about Allah, about the Quran, spending time with your family, and even time in the masjid. Until next time, have a great evening. Hope to see you soon at our next Ramadan Storytime. Assalamu alaikum and Ramadan Mubarak.